The first screen that we're going to cover is the options screen, which is the most boring screen. It's the icon right down here, and you can click it open and see that we have some other buttons and submenus that we can click into. We have an About section that we can close by moving our mouse off the panel. We have an Interface section that has some options that we'll go over right now. If you click the UI options off, you can see that there's no slide anymore. So that is kind of what UI animations is. And UI scaling is kind of just what the icon size is on your main panel. So this kind of varies for where you choose to dock Midas or what your screen resolution is. But when you have the other option, show labels, turned on or off, the scaling actually works a little bit more with the buttons. So it's really good just to be able to customize your panel and make it look kind of nice for whatever place you have it on your screen, for lack of better words. So we'll look at the message section next. We spent a lot of time kind of building out this Midas system in a way that is super expandable, so there's not really like a one lesson or one example to cover in order to learn the tools. So we have a couple different options here that you can turn on to get notified and either join in on. So these are live streams that you can either ask questions about the interface or questions about the tool uses or anything you want, kind of in a live format. So we have this as experiments, which are going to be like little tiny examples and not fully fleshed out projects. We're going to have our like streams or our full stream examples, and this is going to be like full commercial level projects, which we'll get into a little bit after like we have some users kind of understanding most of the tools. And then we have updates, which is just a message about like the details of the update, which I think is kind of important. If you click the button at the bottom of this screen, you can see an archive, which is going to be messages, for example, like we sent out for a live stream, and you can join it or you can join and see the archive. But it's basically some cool uses from Midas that you might not have known are there. So once again, closing the panels by moving my mouse off the screen. The next options button that we're going to talk about is the update. So we do have this option here called auto update, and that means that since Midas is going to continuously grow and expand and get new tools and new features, that we didn't want to have you always going and clicking a download package, because that wastes a lot of time and you have to restart all your stuff. So there is this auto update feature that you can turn on or off if you want to download stuff manually. But if you're like most people and would rather not have to do that, you can click auto update to see nothing, basically, except for a landing screen, and then you get your update and some new tools and information about it. So you can click into the version info screen, and when we have version updates, you can see what the latest version's information is. So once again, moving your mouse off the panel to close that screen. We're going to take a look next at the workflow, and we're going to have two options on it: child color and parent delay. This relates to the actual kind of like tool setup for a bunch of the different tools in Midas. Color is a little cycle that can sit on top of your children layers, which we'll get into, and parent delay sets your children properties down to 0. So once again, probably makes no sense right now, but it'll make sense down the road. So anyway, we'll take a look at the next section of actually using some tools.